How's it going, Biathlon fans? And we're back with the Biathlon World Team Challenge, and we have the pursuit going on, so I would recommend that you go watch the mass start event before you're watching this one. But as you can see, the teams are in order of how the results of the mass start went, so sorry, just spoiled it there for you. But as you just saw, Julia Simon from France has taken off, and she and Fabien Claude were your victors. Your winners from the mass start event. And as you can tell by the starting gaps between each team here, they kind of destroyed. I think in total they only missed 3 shots out of 20 or something like that. They absolutely wrecked the field. Meanwhile, Czech Republic way in the back there, 14 misses out of 20 shots. That's nearly 50% shooting. Oh, and here we go. We just got the mass start. That's good. We don't have to wait till the very end. So look to see some of our groups in the back here. Oh, almost had a collision or a crash there from Davidova. She was kind of on one ski there for a moment. I don't know what just happened there. But hopefully some of these athletes in the back, some of these teams in the back can challenge at the front of the field. But anyway, we had our defending champions from 2022, Fabien Claude and Julia Simon, absolutely destroy the field. Here is Simone in the front here. Now, the challenger, a little slip up there by Simone. The challengers were from Germany, the hometown favorite, Benny Doll and Hannah Kebinger. They came in second with some decent shooting, but unfortunately, just too many misses towards the end of the race because France did leave the door open towards the end, but they had just a few too many misses and able to be able to take advantage of that door open. And then you can see there Ingrid Landmark Tandervold, who is in third place with Sturla Holm Lagride, who, like I mentioned at the beginning of the mass start race, did have that safety violation in Lenzerheide and could not race the mass start in Lenzerheide, but he's back racing here, which is good to see. Hopefully he learned from his mistake. Really cool event here as we see them. The athletes are currently outside skiing through the parking lot. It looks like this is such a cool event because, as you'll see when we re-enter the stadium, they literally truck in a bunch of snow into the stadium. They build a biathlon shooting range, and as we see Simone go down the tunnel into the range, I love this shot. This is just so cool. It would be so cool to ski this course, but they truck in a bunch of snow, and they do a biathlon race in a football stadium where they've had different sports events, concerts, etc. Here's a great clip of it. Look at this. The field the stadium's packed. Everyone's excited to be on the Jumbotron. Really cool. And then they have, because it's a stadium, this is not regulation, course width. So you'll see a little bit of congestion out on the course because of that. But it makes for these really cool courses where you have really sharp hairpin turns. The penalty loop, I think, is 75 meters or so. But look at this biathlon range in the middle of this stadium. Now, no one is sitting behind the targets. They have trees up in the stands there. So there's no fear of anyone getting shot or anything like that. But it's just so cool to have an event in a stadium like this. As we see Simone go 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, and boom, clean 5 for 5. Simone had a really good shooting in the mass start event. Now, her group was a little bit low there. If I were her coach, I'd recommend taking at least 1 or 2 clicks up. But, it worked. 5 for 5. I guess in the mass start, there were no spare rounds. So who knows what's going to happen here in the pursuit. We've yet to see someone miss to know what the rules are for this event. But Kebinger starts it off with a hit, followed closely by Tandervold, the lefty we can see there with the blue rifle in lane 3. Kebinger clean, and there's a miss from Tandervold, and she is 4 for 5, so she's going to be on the penalty loop. Looks like no spare rounds, which is pretty cool. And look at this, we got the whole field in it. It was definitely not this tight in the mass start race, so I wonder if they just divided the deficit in half or something like that in order to keep the teams involved. A little slippage on the mat there from Hauser as she left the range. But here we go. Basurga, with 2 misses. That's going to be tough. But here we go. After shooting 1, Claude and Simone still in first. And as you can see, the ladies are handing off to the guys. Claude is out on course, so is Benny Doll. And look at this, 3rd place out of nowhere. We have Fak and Klemencic. So this is really cool because Slovenia and Ukraine, so I don't know why I couldn't think of their nation there for a minute. Slovenia and Ukraine did have a really good A really good mass start race, almost ended up on the podium, but Norway just snuck ahead of them at the end of the event. So hopefully if they can knock out one or two misses, they will be able to claim a podium spot. But is anyone going to be able to dethrone the French here? Because so far they have just been absolutely dominant today. So we'll see. We'll see if the Germans can claw their way back to the top in front of the home crowd. We got Fabian Cloud. I almost said Emilian Cloud, the youngest brother. We got Fabian Cloud coming in. And for Belgium, you saw Belgium was on the course here as well. We got Florent Cloud. So we got two of the three Cloud brothers competing today. But this is Emilian. He is currently in the range, in the lead with 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, easy as that. Simone likes what she sees. She did not like what she saw last time when we got a reaction from her in the last race. So she likes what she saw there. And just like that, the French are opening up a little bit of a lead here as we see Benny Dole coming into second place. So Kevinger, she knows she's got a tall assignment to try to chase down Julia Simone, who is just so good in head-to-head competition. Dole, 1 for 1, 2 for 2, quality shots, 3 for 3. A little bit low there with the hit, and Dole with the miss, high left. You hate to see it. Yeah, Kevinger had the same reaction as me with the so Dole leaves the door open. It's a 75-meter penalty loop, don't forget. So some of these athletes, they're going to have to shoot fast and clean if they want a chance to battle. Legride is clean. Fact with the miss. Pedrushny with 2. Oh no, everyone else has a miss. So it looks like Legride is going to be right there behind Dole. So look at that, just one penalty loop and Legride is back in it. Those two guys in the back are going around for another loop. So Dole is handing off to Hannah Kevinger, and Legride is going to hand off to Tandervold. So this is it. We got a good race here for second place at the World Team Challenge. Can anyone try to stay with these two? Hopefully, if France can leave the door open, one of these two athletes or one of these two teams can move back up and challenge France. Because, I mean, we want to see some excitement at the front of the field, let's be honest. All right, so we're outside of the stadium. You can see they put a ribbon of snow out there for the course. A little bit glazed over because my guess is that it is probably above freezing. So what happens is the top layer of the snow melts a little bit as you ski over it, and then it probably doesn't freeze back together. Oh, we got a little crash on this steep climb. I mean, look how steep this hill is, first of all. And then Tandervold with a little scurry up to the top. So that's what you're going to get on a course like this when there's not much room to move, really steep sections of the course. And then, like I was saying, a little bit of glaziness on top. There's probably a little thin layer of ice under a bunch of mush, as Simone just absolutely murdered that target. She is clean. The French team is now 15 for 15. And again, this is how they started the pursuit race. So if they keep this going, it looks like we're going to have back-to-back winners on the races and back-to-back winners on the years too. So here's a little replay of what happened out here on the course. Yeah, I mean, that hill is just so steep. It looks like Kevinger didn't get her edge into the snow, and she just slipped right backwards. You can see her left foot just kind of like yanked right back, and then she almost actually fell, getting into position here and standing. So Kevinger is a little... Hopefully this doesn't affect her shooting because, mentally stuff like this can throw you off a little bit. She's 2 for 2 and 3 for 3, a little bit ahead of Tandervold 4, and Kevinger, with the last shot miss. Tandervold takes her time, hits the target. All right, and Legride likes what he sees there. So it looks like Tandervold and Legride and Norway are going to be moving into second place. Let's see if Benny Dole can chase them back down and stay in the hunt for second. Klemenčić says she has a miss there, but it also says she doesn't have a miss. Let me clarify that. She has a target open, but it doesn't say that she missed the target. So she either missed the target altogether or she forgot to take a shot. Let's see where she goes. She's going back in for the penalty loop. So she does have the penalty there. And here comes Kevinger. Hey, Germany is not that far back from Norway, looking like less than 10 seconds, or just over 10 seconds. So, and then all of a sudden, Austria's in it as well. They're about 15 seconds back of Norway as well. So look at this. We got a little bit of a race going on here. This is going to be interesting to see how it comes down to the wire. Cloud on the range, 2 misses. Cloud with 2 leaves the door open. This is very reminiscent. Simone's just checking her glasses to be like, did I just see what I thought I just saw? Yeah, that's a miss high hit and then a miss high left. So maybe it's a trigger thing. It depends on how he approaches. Split shot there. He got lucky. He almost had 3 misses, which is crazy. But hey, this is exactly what happened in the pursuit race. He had 2 misses in his standing after the French went 15 for 15 to start the race. So if history tells us anything, they are due for a win here. But, unfortunately for the rest of the field, they have such a massive advantage right now that I don't see them. Yeah, look, they're already out going into the tag. Is anyone else in the shooting range? There's not even any other. There we go. Lagride is finally in the range as they're tagging off. So they have a pretty massive lead here. They're going to be close to a minute up if Lagride even has a single miss here. And here he goes. Starts off with a hit. 2, 3, 4. Easy. Tandervold likes that. So I think they're actually going to claw in some time here after 2 misses. I think they're about 48 seconds back last time. And here we go. Dole, can he keep pace? No, he cannot. Leitner cannot keep pace. Oh, Dole with 2. That was terrible shooting. So Dole is actually going to fall off the podium now with Leitner going to pass. Can Fak get in there? Fak has the opportunity. Yes, he can. Fak is clean. Krishmar, you have an opportunity to move from 8th place all the way up to fighting for the podium. Oh, not with those 2 misses. So that is going to do it, I think, for this bout of shooting. Cloud and Simone are way in the lead, followed closely. Well, I say closely. 45 seconds back is Liegert and Tandervold. But then here we go. We have a fight for 3rd place. Oh, really fast shooting from Stalder there. That was beautiful. And the other Cloud was clean on that one. Fak and Klemenchich, they're in 3rd place. Interesting. Followed closely by Leitner and Hauser. Where in the world did Germany go? They dropped 2 places, and now we got 2 German teams fighting to keep in touch of the podium here. And we got our first view of the 2nd German team there with Reese and Hettich Waltz. Here we go. Julia, Simone. Look at Cloud. He is just, yeah. He knows what's going on. It's going to be an easy, clean target here, and then it's going to be back to him. Just double checking. He's got all the mags there. But here we go. Julia Simone in the prone. Man, she's so far ahead right now. Like, this isn't even head-to-head. I mean, you can check in my video that I did about her success last year. I really dove into the stats behind what made her so successful last year, and it really was the head-to-head shooting that she just... Not only did she really up her ski speed and her shooting percentage, which you really need to do if you want to win the overall, but it was her head-to-head shooting that she was just so good. She hit so many targets, and she did it so fast too. She shot so fast in head-to-head shooting, which put so much pressure on her competitors. And what I was going to say as she just blazes past the penalty loop here is... she's so far ahead right now is that it's almost to the point where she's not even in a head-to-head race anymore. She's so far ahead. This is a race against herself at this point. It's Cloud or Simone that are going to mess up. That is going to make or break this race for them. It's not going to be anyone else. No one else is going to be able to catch them at this point. It's just a matter of how they can do against themselves. Tandervold is trying to keep pace here. Liegert is watching nervously, I'm sure. 4 and 5, no problems at all. Now they're just really fighting for 2nd place at this point and hoping, fingers crossed, that France has a miss up front. But now the Germans, we got 2 German teams in lane 5 and 6 who need to get ahead of Klemenchich and Hauser. Hauser's already got a miss. Man, she is really 2 misses for Hauser. Her shooting percentage has really become less concrete over the last couple of years. She used to just be a sure thing. Klemenchich is clean. Kebinger is clean. Hettich Waltz has a miss. So Kebinger and Klemenchich are going to go back to fighting for 3rd place. And Hauser and who was at Hettich Waltz are going to be in the fight for, looks like 5th place here. Lotalai is clean. That's pretty cool. Really cool to see Belgium out here. Go check the video out. Go check out the video that I just made about Mickey Roche and his quest to really return to the Olympics after the German biathlon team cut him from the team. and he switched nationalities, became Belgium, and really his quest to get back to the Olympics became a legacy of building a new biathlon nation. So go check that video out. I'll leave it in the link down below. But there we go. Good shooting from Tandervold, and this field is starting to open up a little bit, despite how close it was to start the race. Here we go, coming into Fabian Cloud's final prone stage, and then we got a standing from Simone and a standing from Cloud to finish out the race, but he is just miles ahead. I love this shot. You can see the arena in the background. It would be so cool to host an event like this in one of the big arenas in the U.S. Like, imagine Madison Square Garden hosting an event like this, and you got skiing through the streets of New York. That would be awesome. Simone likes what she sees. She's got the head nod of approval at this point. Anything less than clean shooting is a disappointment, especially for athletes at this level. So there's really not much to say other than these two. They're just built apparently for the World Team Challenge. I wonder if these two had ever done a single mixed relay in the World Cup, and I wonder how they've done. I'll have to look that up during the next ski section. As Legrade enters the range. Again, this field is becoming so open that it's not a matter of head-to-head challenge anymore. It's really a battle against yourself. Can you keep your cool, hit the targets? A little bit low there. 2 low shots from Legrade. He's like a split shot away from having a terrible time, but he cleans his targets. No big deal. That was a very professional shooting from Legrade. And here we go, the fight for third. Yakov Fak, after his absolutely atrocious relay in, I think it was Hagfiltzen, he had 5 penalty loops in a relay where you get 3 extra rounds. So you had 8 bullets to hit 5 targets, and he didn't hit a single one. And he starts off with a hit here. Hopefully that doesn't bother him. Benny Dole shot really quickly, but he's got the miss. But with how slow Fak is, but Dole might be staying with Fak, even though Fak is clean. Roman Reis is clean. Florent Cloud is also clean. Here we go now. Actually, we have a few teams fighting for third place here. This is going to be exciting. Pedrushny is clean. Leitner, unfortunately, has a miss. Stalder with the miss. Krishmar, can he join the party? Yes, he can. All right, here we go. This is actually turning into a little bit of a battle here. Fak is going to tag off to Klemencic. We got 2 standing stages left to go. And we got Hettich, Valtz, and Reitz are going to move into 4th place ahead of Dolan, Kebinger, Cloud, and Lai from Belgium right there. And then, come on, here we go, Ukraine. You got to stay with them. Let's see if Yulia Zima can put in a little bit of a surge here to stay with that pack. That would be so cool to see all these teams fighting at the last shooting stage for a podium spot. All right, so looking it up, Julia Simone is extremely successful in the single mixed relay format. A world championship gold medal from Pogluca 2 seasons ago. She has 4 podiums in total, but she's only ever done the single mixed relay with Cloud once, and that was actually in Östersund to start this season. So she came in 3rd in that race, or they came in 3rd in that race. Wow, she got lucky on that split shot. That was incredible. That dude can't believe it, and neither can I. That was a really lucky split shot there, because it looked like 80% of that bullet was on the white. But so anyway, Cloud and Simone have only done one single mixed relay together, and it's a 3rd place, but we know that they won the World Team Challenge last season, and now they're just absolutely murdering the field right now. Simone is going to tag off for the final time to Cloud, so now this is going to be a Fabian Cloud show to finish out the race. If anyone wants to win this race, that's great. I love how everyone's just doing their warm-up, staying warm in between, and he does their little loop by, so he's kind of telling the other guys, hey, this is me. You got to come chase me if you want to win, and really, no one is anywhere close. Lagert's just putting his skis on now as Tandervold comes into shooting standing. Tandervold's interesting this year. I wonder if she's going to be able to win the overall. There's some really stiff competition in Justine Breza-Boucher and Elvira Oiberg, for example. But there's a miss right there. So now let's see if that group that's fighting for 3rd place is going to make a... Yeah. Ligert's got the same reaction as I do. A little, but yeah, Tandervold currently in 2nd overall right now behind Justine, a little bit ahead of Elvira. Lisa Vitozzi is there. Preuss, she's worn the yellow bib, had some great results. She was also sick and missed. Even after missing some races already in this season, she is still in 6th overall, or 5th overall, that is. So yeah, lots of competition in the women's field this year, which is really cool. Is anyone gonna clean? Hetich-Valtz is clean, and Klemencic is also clean. Kebinger is on the penalty loop. Lotalai is clean. Oh man, this is gonna be exciting. There goes Tandervold. Now we have the race for second place. So while Cloud and Simone are miles ahead, we got a race developing for second place. Here is Sturla. Looks like he's gonna have about 8-second lead or so on, is that going to be Roman Rees? Yes, it is Roman Rees. Yep, 5-second lead, 10 seconds over Fack. Here comes Florent Cloud. Wouldn't that be amazing if we had 2 Clouds on the podium in this event? That would be pretty funny. Here we go, and then we have the German favorite from last race, the mass start. Dole and Kebinger, they're down in 6th place now, 2 minutes back of the leaders, but probably only about 20 seconds back from second place because it is really tight there at the front of the field now. All right, Roman Rees, he's only done about 5 races or 4 races this year, probably because of the COVID. He is currently in 3rd place, but his shooting percentage is way down this year. Oh man, he's shooting below 80%, where normally you can count on him being like a 90% shooter, which is kind of crazy. So we'll see if he can get back to his old ways and give Ligrid a run for his money in the standing here as we watch Cloud come in. Again, it's just him. There's no one else. It's just him and his thoughts if he can hit these targets. There's 2. There is 3, 4, and easily. Oh, I said easily. Oh, he missed number 5. Oh, Julia Simone is like, of course he did. Of course he did. But they're still going to win. He's so far ahead. Man, I wonder if he wanted to do some sort of, Christensen or Fourcade celebration just to get the crowd going. And he thought about that for a minute, and that's what ended up distracting him from going clean. But you could tell there was going to be an issue there because he had such a good rhythm and then just had that miss. And rhythm is so important in biathlon. Sometimes, we work so much on the fundamentals and making sure you have good aiming, good trigger squeeze, good position and everything. But then things just don't fall into place and you have a hard time and you don't know what's going on. And it just turns out it's the rhythm, just letting the rhythm and the tempo just let everything just relax into place. It's the easiest thing to do. So there you go. France, Julia Simone, and look at them. He's just cheering for his competitors there as he's leaving the stadium, and here comes that fight for second place. This is gonna be super exciting. We got Tandervold looking on. Now look at how close the challengers are here. Really, I think Ligrid, he has to go clean here. Even with this shorter penalty loop, I don't think he can have a miss. Ligrid's 3 for 3, 4, 5. So that puts a big statement. Rees has to clean right now, right here. There's a miss from Cloud. I don't think Rees is not shooting fast enough. Neither is Fack. Even if one of them goes clean, there's Rees is clean. Fack is also clean. So we got to fight with Cloud has 2 misses. So we got to fight for 3rd place here, the final leg of the podium. Now this is going to be interesting because with these small, these arena biathlon races, look at the course. I mean, there's nowhere to move. There's nowhere to make a pass on a course this narrow and this twisty and turny. So you're really going to have to pick, Fack is going to have to pick his attack time. He's got to be really smart with it. They do their loop out in the parking lot, and then they come back in and do one more lap through the stadium, through the range. But as you can see, there's really nowhere to make a move because Rees is skiing the best line here, and Fack is just coasting behind him. So I wonder if Fack is going to be able to make a move anywhere out here. We're going to have to wait and see. There goes, no one else has come through the checkpoint yet, so it's just these 4. It would really suck if he made his move in one of these tunnels too, and we didn't even get to see it. Meanwhile, Fabian Cloud coming back into the stadium after doing his hot lap, cheering to the German fans who are really going to want to see if Rees can stay ahead of Fack out there. But I almost called him Fack. Cloud is doing his victory lap here, and that's going to be your champion. Let's see, check in on the course here. Fack is still behind. This is the sketchy turn. See if he can get through this, if they can both get through this with no issues. Okay, that's good. Looks like Fack is still nice and relaxed there. He just got to find an opportunity to make his move. Oh, what's Cloud doing? He stopped at the penalty loop. Oh, and he's going to do a little sprint to the finish. This is classic. I love it. Gets the crowd going. Really exciting. Well, there you go. There are your champions, Fabian Cloud and Julia Simon. It's just like deja vu all over again. Last year's champions. I think this secures their entry into next year's event. I mean, if they're two-time defending champions, they got to see if they can keep it going, right? Year over year. As we enter the stadium, we see Legrade going through the range. He's got a little bit until the finish line, but this is the race that we want to see. Is Reese going to stay ahead of Fack? Fack just has nowhere to make a move. I don't think he can't even try. Like he looks like he's skiing 50% of what he's capable of, but there's just nowhere to go. And by this point, Sturla Legrade is probably crossing the finish line. There he is. And yep, there it is. Legrade and Tandervold, Norway in second place. And this is going to be it, the straightaway. Watch out, you two. They're going to come down to a sprint finish. And Fack finally has room, and he pulls away. So there you go. We got Slovenia on the podium. Good for them. We got Jakov Fack, and I think it was Polona Klemencic who comes in second place or third place there. And Roman Reis, unfortunately, in front of the home crowd, he just gave up too much room there. I wonder if he decided to give Fack some space there so they could sprint to the finish. Oh, it looks like there was a little bit of a tangle up there, and Reis just didn't have enough time to, he was late off the gun. That's what it was. Is when you stumble like that and your opponent is able to put in a surge like Fack was able to do, then you're just one step behind, and not only overcoming that small deficit, but taking the lead is really difficult to do. So, and from my perspective, that looked like Rubin was racing. There was no issues there, nothing to be disqualified, no reason for Fack to be disqualified for anything. That was just good, clean racing. And sometimes in racing, you bump into each other, but well, there you go. Everyone has finished. The Team France of Simon and Cloud are your back-to-back champions in both the Mass Start and the Pursuit, but also in the 2022 World Team Challenge and the 2023 World Team Challenge. So until next year, hit that subscribe button if you like biathlon content, because there's tons of cool biathlon content on this channel. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, we'll see ya.